Yes, my darling Flopsy Pudding. The biggest man-handling trick of all is to know that there is no trick. All you have to remember is that you're a woman, and if you're a woman, you're precious. Okay? Yes, my darlings, chasing men is the highest amusement there is, but man-handling the difficult little buggers is something else. Call me.
So that right there, that is the modern day hero of the American left. That is Michael Avenatti's replacement. The last great hope for women, the last great hope for the rule of law. That is a lady, you're looking at a lady who has bravely put every anti-Trump hope on her back and is willing, with just sheer force and determination, willing Joe Biden into a disastrous second term. And it's not because anybody likes Joe Biden. No, it's because people hate Donald Trump. And she's the reason that leftists all across the country feel justified in saying nonsense just like this.
The White House more than once a week. Ask Bill and Barack to raise money for you and hope a pop star endorses you. Jessica, this is not the re-election strategy of a winning campaign. This smacks of desperation, and the fact that he's clinging to Taylor Swift, who he couldn't even pick out of a lineup without Jill going like this. That's Taylor. Tells me everything you know about Joe Biden.
Is the strategy to owe $83 million for defaming a woman that you sexually assaulted?
I would love Taylor Swift's endorsement. Any politician would. But I like
you
people
what
like
I just
Kid
said,
Rock.
because that was the news from the weekend on that side, and then Joe Biden was 15
Authentic.
minutes.
Just listen to what you just heard there, right? Jessica Tarlov, complete and total shill, apologist, enabler of all things radical left. She gets to say on national TV what liberals love to parrot in their own far corners of the internet, all these echo chambers, and what liberals believe. Actually, they don't believe it, but they want to believe, and they want their mushy-brained victims to believe that Donald Trump was found guilty of a sexual assault. This is just not true. And what Jessica just said on Fox News, really, it absolutely opens them up to the same sort of libelous defamation case that the left likes to use in all of their never-ending lawfare against Donald Trump. Of course, they won't, because you can't use that against Republicans, but it is the very, very same thing. Apparently, Jesse, he didn't want to challenge Tarlov, didn't even want to let her walk out on that ledge. But luckily, Gutfeld, he has no problem with it.
Let's talk about that lawsuit then. Go ahead, Jessica. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that you shouldn't sexually assault people, and then you shouldn't defame them.
Okay, was he found guilty of sexual
Yes,
assault? He was a criminal?
Was by a jury.
Was a criminal?
It was civil.
Yeah.
Oh, that means it doesn't count? Okay.
It means it's not a guilty verdict.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's always nice to bring something up that has nothing to do with the topic.
It does. You said the campaign strategy.
You know, just stop interrupting everybody.
Long week ahead.
So obviously, there's a lot of confusion on this, right? From both sides. Both sides really don't understand this case. And a lot of people, don't fully understand the difference between civil and criminal and all kinds of different law. And most people, even the people who do understand it, they would prefer that the average citizen just stay confused on it. But please, if you don't know anything, know this. They are very, very different things. They're entirely different kinds of cases with very different standards, very different burdens of proof. If this was a 30-year-old criminal case, it never would have existed. No one would have taken it seriously. It wouldn't have moved an inch. But know this, every time you hear a leftist use the word guilty, they have absolutely no clue what they're talking about. If you hear one use the words liable, well, they at least are making an effort to appear intellectually honest. Obviously, they're faking it because they're leftists, but they're pretending while they gaslight you. And just remember, Carroll always claimed and still claims that she was raped, but the jury said that that is not true.
Verdict. This was a claim. It was a case all along, and the jury rejected that, but made other findings. So we'll obviously be appealing those other findings, but they rejected her claim, and she'd always claimed this was a case. So it's a little perplexing, but we move forward.
Yeah, so the jury said that it didn't happen, and still the left claims that not only did it happen, but that Donald Trump was found guilty. Guilty. Wrong word. But anyway, all that does is prove that all this case ever was to them was just another effort to destroy and defame Donald Trump, to damage him in any way that they possibly can. It was never about truth. It was never about women's rights. It was never about victims' rights. And if you have any doubt about that, look no further than E. Jean Carroll herself. And just look at poor Rachel Maddow. I bet she wishes that she never ever asked this question.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel,
you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours, Rachel. Penthouse and France? You want France? You want to go fishing in France? No? Oh, all right, okay.
That's a joke.
Although if me fishing in France could do something for women's rights, I would take the hit.
Just look at these assholes joking about this, man. They know that they scammed. They know they got away with something. They know they tricked the system. I mean, they crafted a law that would only exist for as long as they needed it to go after Donald Trump. A real law that would allow actual victims of abuse to hold their abusers accountable past the state's statute of limitations. They crafted that law. Now the law is going to expire after they've already used it against Trump, what it was for. And now here they are joking about it on national TV, just like they're in private. So you got to imagine what kinds of things that these women would actually be saying in private. You know, Maddow asks her, what good are you going to do with Donald Trump's money? What are you going to do for women? And Carroll answers as if she's won the freaking lottery and just yucking it up. I mean, it's not the first time she said something like this. She said that she's going to do anything that she can to ensure that Donald Trump is not reelected. You know, this was never about justice. This was never about truth. This was and always has been about politics and politics only. And people like Jessica Tarlov and other paid propagandists, they know this. But of course, you know, they use it against their low information victims anyway. But anyway, that's just my take, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, please be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.